For us, Franklin County Forage. If you know me, you know I'm out of place right here. If you can see behind me. We are helping my wife's uncle harvest. He had some issues with his auger, so I came over and helped him work on it, and we're just kind of shuffling wagons back and forth. They got 2 Brent 644s and 2 Brent 657s that they moved their grain with. On the auger, we got a 4040 John Deere. 330 pulling the cart and the wagons. We're just kind of giving them a hand. Just thought I'd let you guys kind of see what we're doing here. I think he said they generally put 600 to 700 bushels in each one of these carts, or each one of these wagons. I call them carts because they're so big. But so, all right, I'm gonna step out here and we're gonna get this one emptied and everything put up, and we're gonna have to hook this wagon up to another one. We had to split the wagons because this tractor wouldn't pull them. At the edge of the field, it was a little bit wet, and it just wouldn't pull both of them, so we had to unhook them, pull one at a time. So we're gonna get this one emptied and get them hooked back up and take them back to the field. We dropped those wagons off up there, and they about got us loaded here. Jackson, do you want to make your YouTube debut, or
I think I'm making it right now.
I can cut you out.
No, you better keep me in.
Okay, I'll keep you in.
This ain't all your views.
Yep. Good looking young guys like this right here.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's on the market, I think.
No.
No. Off the market.
So
we're making a dent in it. Got some cab corner, looks like. Looks like Kate might be asleep. 96.7. We're just going to top us off there. He didn't have a full hopper, but 8230 on this rig. All right, I think one more pass here and he'll have us topped off on the wagons. We put the other wagons up there. It's a little bit soft down here, so when you park it, this here's where we couldn't get going with 2. We had to unhook from 1 to 1. Kind of see the ruts there. It's just a little bit soft down here close to the ditch. Watch your step there, Cade. Ready to get in that tractor? Yeah. Once we're empty, I do that from there because I already know it's running and in park and everything, and I can do that. I don't ever start it from the ground, but I'll do that. So then to move the auger over, we got this control box right here. You just toggle it. So we'll push it away from us. Pretty slick. Then we move up. This chunk of wood here is my marker. Hi, Kate! Kate's in there. I got the tractor shut off so it won't do anything crazy. Now we're going to pull up. Try to pull it up nice and straight, or actually weave her in a little bit. Then come up to this block of wood down here. And right about there is where we want to be, I think. And Kate is on the driver while I unload. Do good work, okay, boy? Alright, now we go over here, and then we toggle it out, or to us. That's going to be really close there. Let's see what it looks like. We just unhook this and drive it. So we make sure this is full, it'll throw corn everywhere. Afternoon, guys. Getting home from work a little early. I'm gonna check out the field here real quick, and then me and Bethany are gonna take the kids to a pumpkin patch. Today is my mom's birthday, so we're kind of taking some time to reflect on her. She loved fall this time of year, so we're gonna take the kids to the pumpkin patch, and she loved doing that kind of stuff, so just kind of think of her while we do that. Real quick here, we'll kind of look at our hay coming up. This is the small little 1 acre patch here just across the road. It's probably hard to see, but looking out there, you can kind of see a green tint. It's been 2 weeks to the day since this was planted. And over here, it's really dry. This is just where the tree's been sucking the moisture out of the soil, and it's just not really that good over here. But there is still some coming up here. Let's see if you can see it. You see these little guys here? That's our orchard grass. Here's a really good example of the difference between right next to a fenced tree line and out away from it. This out here is it's come up way better. A lot more moisture in the soil here. Right along here is not very good at all. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think you can see that. Coming up pretty good. We do have some voluntary grass, a little bit of weeds here and there coming up, but that's to be expected. And you don't use any herbicide. Again, if you haven't been following me, I'm not using herbicide here because the landowner is not a big fan of it. Now, she probably would have let me if I really pushed her for it, but I know she doesn't like that, so I didn't really want to push her for it. So we're gonna make an attempt. It's only 5 acres here, so it's not a huge deal, but it'll be a good little experiment trying to do it without the use of any kind of chemicals. Now, I am gonna try to put some Prowl H2O in the spring, try to keep some of the late season stuff from coming up next year, and go from there. Hopefully she'll let me do that. If you guys recall,
She's had a spillway right here. She's been open and a ditch washed all the way down through here. They ended up filling that in and they put a pipe in here. But this is where the ditch was, so it's 20 times better than it was. Maybe even more than that. But actually with it being like this, got a few roots right here where stuff was growing. We'll see how wet it is whenever I cut. I may actually come in here and just cut all this for hay. We just bush hog below the pond dam and everything. So like there's a really green patch right here. See some right out there. Just kind of depends on how it lays, what gets the most moisture, what comes up the quickest and everything. But it is coming up and growing good. We're young. We're about an inch tall right now. I was concerned with the amount of, say, debris, material that was on here. I let it grow so long. I was concerned about getting it smoothed out and getting it worked up good, but I think it turned out really, really well. Really good for how much material there was here. But you can kind of see a little bit of more debris here. There's some patches that are like that, but I'm really happy with how smooth it is. It's not perfect, obviously, but for what my equipment is, can't complain. Planted on 9/14. Today is 9/28. So it's been 2 weeks since it was planted. It was up probably just a little more than a week. I could really notice it up. I just hadn't had a chance to get out here and show you guys anything, or it's been too late or too dark. So far it looks like I got pretty good coverage. It's coming up pretty decent. Let's come back. It's only about 1.5 miles to where the auger is, so it's not that bad. I'm just going to take the side-by-side rather than have to move all the tools and stuff to my truck and then whatever. So I'm going to run the side-by-side down there. There's the beast. So we're going to replace this gearbox right here because this output shaft or input shaft, I guess technically it's an input shaft. You take that loose, it wobbles quite a bit. So I got to take these set screws loose down here, let that yoke slide down. Then I got to take a bolt out from this shaft right here and take these 4 bolts here out. Pull that gearbox out, put the new one in. The new one's actually steel. This is just a aluminum housing, like a throwaway one. The other ones will probably be repaired. Hey guys, got the bolts out of the gearbox, got this shaft slid down. It's still on there just a little bit, but once I get it off of this shaft here that's on the auger, I can pick it up and out of there. I'm just trying to get it slid off that shaft. I have moved it probably 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. I have to take this cover off. Hopefully I can get in there and push it off that shaft. It's got a key on there, and it's been on there, I'm sure, probably since original. So it's just kind of being stiff. You guys probably can't hear me with this fan running on the bend, but let's take a look at this old gearbox. Here's the old one. Here's the new one. This shaft is a little bit wobbly. And it's been extremely hot. No oil. Can't believe it was still running, actually. So we'll get this one here installed. We'll be ready to go. Don't forget to install the breather. It ships with a plug. It's right at the top. New gearbox installed. Set screws in. These bolts are tightened up. Auger shaft's tightened up. All the covers are on except for this. I'm gonna leave this open. I'm gonna start it up and let it run for just a few seconds. I think it really needs to be topped off with oil. It does have oil in it, but I don't think it's up to the level it needs to be. So, but running a few revolutions just to make sure nothing's drastically wrong. Won't hurt anything. So let's fire up. One last little walk around. We'll flip our door down here. Music to my ears. Job finished. All right, everything's picked up in the Gator. We're gonna roll. He had to go to a board meeting, so he just pulled up here with his last load. And I'm rolling out here and going home to work on some of my own stuff, like I always do. We'll have a peek in here. There she blows. Nice sunset. We're headed home, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you. God bless America. Franklin County Forage out.